Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com, 346, Battle Rap Arena, and all that good stuff. Battlers on strike. Battlers being on strike has to be one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. You feel me? It's that shit is a joke, man. It's a joke. You know, here's the thing. Battlers are not forced to battle in one place. You know, if you're dealing with a particular league and you don't like how things are operating, you don't like how the contracts are being done, you do what Verb did. Go to another league and get your shit off. You feel me? The problem is, niggas have too much pride. You understand? Niggas feel like because they put all this working on URL, that's the only place that they gonna battle because, you know, they got a foundation there. And that, like, they have to battle there. When, in all actuality, you don't have to battle anywhere. You know, going into the specifics as far as, like, contracts and, getting pay-per-view percentages and things of that nature. All right, here's the thing. Now, I'm not involved in, like, behind-the-scenes stuff as far as, like, you know, the bigger artists. I'm not familiar with their contracts. I'm not familiar how these whole pay-per-view percentages and shit like that works. But here's what I look at, right? When Mook battled Verb, let's just say Mook was getting a piece of pay-per-view. You seen LL Cool J, Wyclef, The Game. You seen all these people, famous people, posting that they were going to be in tune with the pay-per-view. They posting it publicly for other people to buy the pay-per-view and things of that nature. When you have that kind of network and you can get those things to happen, then I feel like you're entitled to a pay-per-view percentage. But when you're getting a standard booking fee, like you're being booked to perform, like this is what you're being paid for. You're being paid to perform, to prepare your rounds and things of that nature. I don't know where a lot of y'all niggas from, but being from the hood and being able to be paid to perform, it's kind of a luxury. Like, it's kind of like, that's something not everybody gets to do. You feel me? So I feel like when you're overdoing it and you're trying to count people's pockets and trying to figure out, like, a nigga's paying you, but you're going so hard to try and figure out what the nigga is making off of you. And then you're trying to get a part of that pot as well. And it's like, how greedy can you be? You understand what I'm saying? Like, people say the league owners are greedy. But when I hear talk like this coming from battlers, it's like, yo, what more do y'all niggas want? You understand? A lot of these pay-per-view numbers, a lot of y'all got it confused. And I did a blog on it. I don't know why, like, niggas are still confused about this pay-per-view shit. Like, it's clear that when you go to these web pages and it says, it has an eye. It has an eye logo next to it. And it says about 50,000 or whatever. It's not pay-per-view buys. Keep telling y'all niggas that. It's about the amount of people that refreshed and kept clicking on the page. Let's say 1,000 people buy the stream and the shit throughout the night is having points where it's freezing. You keep refreshing the page and refreshing the page and refreshing the page, and eventually those 1,000 people that keep refreshing, they done refresh the page 50 times. That's how you get 50,000 views on the web page. That's not the amount of people that's buying the shit. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, at this point, this is simple, like, computer shit. Like, I don't know why somebody ain't teaching y'all this or just straight up telling y'all, you know, URL, y'all need to be a little more vocal about that particular thing. Like, I understand the whole, like, niggas don't share their information like that as far as, like, metrics and analytics. I mean, there's certain tools you could use to kind of judge what you're bringing in and, you know, judge the views you're getting and things of that nature. But as far as like seeing all those, you know, different type of numbers and stuff, I mean, with a number like that that's visible, it should be easy to kind of gauge, like, you know, exactly what's going on. And it's just like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, the shit almost got me speechless, because it's just like the amount of pain and blood, sweat, and tears that go into leagues trying to build their platforms, putting up money. Niggas is paying professional venues. Niggas is paying for professional camera work. Like, niggas are not treating this shit like it's just like some bullshit battle rap shit. Like, niggas are not, y'all not battling on corners. Y'all are not like got niggas filming with cell phones and shit like that. Like, niggas are actually giving y'all professional looks. And this takes money. This takes money. It takes time to do all the setting up the pay-per-views and the constant being in contact with the venue and having to pay for security and permits and lighting and sound engineers and shit. Like, it's a lot of money going into this shit. You feel me? So I feel like niggas are always quick to calculate. Niggas, that's one thing. Niggas are always quick to try and calculate revenue, but never seem to calculate expenses. You understand? If you want to be a businessman and you want to try to look into profits and revenue, be a real businessman. Take a real business class. Because when you learning about revenue and profit, they also teach you about expenses. The shit that has to be paid for. You feel me? So when you generating all this, these pay-per-view revenue numbers, these ticket sale revenue numbers, why are y'all not accounting for, Avocado having to be paid to do the pay-per-view shit, to do the filming, to do the editing, like, and these are things that y'all not factoring in. You know, when it comes to cameramen get paid based on what they do. So if you just editing, that's one type of fee. If you just filming, that's another type of fee. If you just handling the pay-per-view and making sure the camera and the shit is set up right, that's another type of fee. But if you're a person that's doing two, or you're doing all of those things at once and shit like that, that requires a whole nother type of bag. You feel me? So it's like, I don't get how battlers seem to like always, you know, leave this type of stuff out. This is why talent needs to stick to being a talent and not trying to be the business guy. If you're going to be the business guy, get you a manager. Because a manager is going to tell you all this shit and let you know what's really going on. But being the talent and being the artist, you can't look into all of this shit by yourself, because what you're going to do is you're going to put your business on Front Street, you're going to do interviews and blogs, and you're going to make yourself look crazy to the people who really do this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if some of y'all niggas go sit with a lawyer, go sit with an entertainment lawyer, go to some of these functions that's happening, go to business seminars and things of that nature, and see what's really going on. Go out to these functions and ask questions. You know, don't just try to figure it out on your own. Go and ask people who do this professionally on a corporate level. And them niggas will sit you down, and they could take simple example sheets and shit from other things and give y'all a good layout of how shit is really getting cut up. And once y'all see these things, y'all are going to understand, like, yo, these niggas are really shutting out a lot of bread, and they might not really be making as much as we think. You understand what I'm saying? So I just think niggas need to fall back, really learn this shit. Like, if you're going to learn it, don't half-ass learn. You understand? Like, you can't understand this shit on your own. You feel me? Like, when niggas is going on strikes and they putting out these metrics and these different types of research that they doing and shit, this should be looking half-assed like a motherfucker. And the funny thing is, a lot of these fans ain't smart enough to tell y'all this. These niggas is dumb as hell. Like, they just gonna rock with y'all and be like, yeah, tell URL need to pay y'all, blah, blah, blah. Y'all motherfuckers don't even know what y'all talking about neither. You feel what I'm saying? Like, simple Googling and YouTubing and doing this research with all the shit we got available online will show y'all, like, how this money is really getting cut up. You know, it's a business. You feel me? The shit operating as a business, so you gotta understand, you can't just, business is not just revenue. It's not just profit. You understand? When you are an artist and you the talent and you getting booked for stuff, yes, it's really just profit. Y'all not spending no money. Y'all making the money. You understand? But when it comes to the niggas who's cutting the checks, what they making really ain't none of y'all business. And if y'all want to make it y'all business, tell you what, the next time a nigga cut you a check, throw your own event. You see how it plays out. And then you'll see how shit is getting cut up, and you'll see, and when you decide to do it and you don't make that much money, then you'll understand the league owner that cut you the check. You understand? Because I've spoken to a lot of battlers that have helped coordinate events, helped throw events, might have put up bread for certain events. Like I'm gonna throw a couple names out there. People like your boy Clip, people like Hazy Williams. I'm pretty sure Steams has dealt with it. You know, these are dudes that are battlers and at times have wore hats as league owners and helping, you know, set certain shit up. And I've had talks with, you know, aside from the guys I've named, there's also been others that I've spoken to, and they might have been on the artist side at first, and then they'll come to me, yo, Mercy, I don't know how you do this shit, man. This shit's stressful. And this is just my first event. You understand? Like, I've had this talk with so many people, and then they begin to understand. You understand? Like, oh, with the top tiers, talk to John, talk to Arsenal. Like, these are niggas who have solid leagues. You know, and they done dealt with the ups and downs. They done dealt with the times they done got their big bags and the times they got their small bags. You know, so when it comes to stuff like this, consult with them. Because they artists too, so they've been on both sides of the fence. And if you're not going to take a league owner word for it, pretty sure you'll take a fellow artist's word for it. You feel me? But the money and the type of finances that y'all think y'all are bringing in off y'all battles, it's like, some of y'all niggas getting $30, $40, $50,000 to perform, and y'all are not bringing in that type of revenue. You understand? Like, that, I find that to be crazy. You understand? Like, between YouTube views, ticket sales, pay-per-view percentages, like, man, you know, I can understand if niggas think the pay-per-views is bringing in, let's say, 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. You understand what I'm saying? But y'all forgetting, like, it's a card full of niggas getting paid 10,000 here, 20,000 there, 5,000 there. You got the cameraman that got to get paid. You got the venue that got to get broke off. Like, this is a lot of money being spent that has to be recouped. You know, so if a nigga is spending, let's say, $70,000 or $80,000 to put an event together, and overall he's making back $150,000, yes, a motherfucker should be able to flip his money like that. That's the point of investing. Like, when people, like real investors, like people who really invest money, when they invest, they're investing to flip their money. You know what I mean? Whatever 100 or 200,000 that you put into, let's say, stocks or something like that, at some point you want that 200,000 to turn into 200 million. You feel me? And this is how investing money works. So it's like, it's not about, this is the check I'm getting cut, but this is what the person is making off of me, blah, blah, blah. No, it's the person cutting a whole bunch of niggas checks, and this is what they're making back off the conglomerate, like off the culmination of everybody. You understand what I'm saying? And what y'all decide to agree to as far as like y'all contracts, that's on y'all. You know, now the other things as far as like when the battles drop, Let me tell y'all, y'all would do terrible if y'all ever make it to Hollywood. Why? Because when it comes to Hollywood, perfect person y'all can ask about this. Ash Cash. Because she put it out there. So, you know, she's public about, you know, the stuff that she does as far as like the filming and, you know, what she does for certain series and things of that nature. Ask her. She'll tell you, like, you could film for something, you might get paid, not get paid, whatever. You'll film for something, and the shit might not come out for years. You understand? Like, there's plenty of things that people film every day that will not see the light of day. There's projects that don't see the light of day for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. You feel me? What you have to do is just keep working. You understand how, y'all know how long it takes for them to film these Transformers and these Avengers movies. You know how long it takes to film, then to edit it, bring all that footage into the computer and put it together, and then do the virtual reality sequences and all that that VR and cinema, like all that extra shit. You know how long that can take? This is why it takes movies so long to come out. You feel me? Putting together a 2.5 hour movie, that shit is not easy. You understand? So when it comes to drop dates for footage, yes, we all know that niggas can edit fast. We all understand this. But at the same time, the people who are putting this content together, who are paying you for your role in the content and things of that nature, overall, that state cameras that they paying for, they control that footage. You understand? So you can't tell a nigga that's paying you, yo, you gotta pay me on this date. Like, imagine like Robbie Downey Jr., Arnold Schwarzenegger, somebody telling one of these film companies like 20th Century Fox or Universal or something, yo, I gotta be paid for this movie and it has to come out on this day. Like, are y'all crazy? Niggas will edit you out that movie and film your scenes over with somebody else in a heartbeat. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all reaching for a little bit too much. You understand me? Like, even in the entertainment world, there's no, oh, the artist or the person booked is in control of the dates of the content when it's released and stuff like that. That's not a thing in entertainment. You feel me? And it shouldn't even be a thing in battle rap, because by when it comes to like filming laws and stuff like that, like you can actually like go to courts with this. The person who owns the camera owns the footage, like owns it. You understand me? Like owns the footage, unless there's a contract to show that the person was contracted for a job on that specific date and that all the footage within that date and time frame belongs to them. If that's not placed in the contract, then that person owns that footage. You feel what I'm saying? Like anything I've ever done, like any videos I've shot, if it wasn't a contract situation where a person made me sign a contract to get paid to film whatever I had to film and shit like that, footage, mine. Like that shit is mine. Like I'm in complete control of it. You know, as far as ownership and rights and shit like that, yeah, the person might have paid me for it, but if we talking business terms, and if you gonna sue somebody, take somebody to court and shit like that, the person who owns the camera owns that footage. Therefore, they're in complete control of when it drops. You feel me? So relinquishing that right, I don't see that happening, like ever. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just my thoughts on that, man. Battle rappers, I gotta stop getting too greedy, man. You feel me? Like, it's bad enough that it's not really a big pot in battle rap, but it's like all this other extra shit y'all niggas is asking for, like pay-per-view percentages and, you know, things of that nature. Like, I got my battle gotta drop within 5 or 6 weeks. Like, what? Come on, man. Like Clean say, man. Battle rap shit get more ridiculous every day. You feel me? And as far as, you know, going on strike, man, listen, y'all niggas stay broke if y'all want to. You feel what I'm saying? Because we all know battle rappers are not really up there financially. Most niggas are going to jump at the first dollar they can get. So it's like, you going to be on strike and not make no money. That's about the dumbest shit I ever heard. You know, but niggas don't know, man. It's a whole bunch of PG niggas that's waiting. Niggas just waiting. The minute y'all niggas really buckle down and say that y'all not battling no more, you think URL gonna fold? You think URL just gonna stop operating and shit like that? No, niggas gonna move right along, start booking the next up and coming talent. And over time, I mean, it's a development process. Like they can't just put all these niggas in like a fucking Webster Hall or something like that ASAP, but it could be a development process. Do a whole bunch of PG and small room events to build niggas' resumes. The niggas that don't, you know, develop properly, they bring in other niggas and, you know, just keep the cycle going. And eventually they don't build a whole new class. You feel what I'm saying? And niggas gotta understand with this battle rap shit, like, there's never a shortage of talent. Go to Verse Tracker, it's like 20,000 battle rappers. You feel what I'm saying? So the 10 or 11, 12 top tiers that want to go on strike, like, you think niggas can't just, you know, move on? You feel what I'm saying? So, battle rap strike shit really don't move me. Not really enthused by it. Like, really don't care too much about it. It's just like the ignorance in it and the stuff that people are just like not paying attention to. Like, y'all niggas gotta start doing research when y'all are discussing these things, because y'all gotta understand people is watching this, man. The public is watching this. Like, y'all niggas is out here looking crazy. Like, there's people that really know business that, like, there's people that I've talked to and had like 2-hour long conversations with that see the stuff that go on in the everyday battle rap world, and they don't comment. They just sit and they watch, and they just think y'all niggas is crazy. You feel me? Like, people who do real business, like real Wall Street type of, like, niggas like that who's really like sitting on here watching this shit, and niggas will not do business with you niggas ever, because they just realize that a lot of y'all are just delusional. Y'all got a false sense of entitlement. Y'all just don't understand like how business is really conducted, and overall, that's gonna be the reason that battle rap doesn't evolve, because the artists don't know how to do business. You feel what I'm saying? But No Mercy, Trap New York shit. Let me get up out of here. I'll holler at y'all niggas.